ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ, ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ, ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ। ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ, ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ, ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ। ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ, ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ, ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ। ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ, ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ, ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ। ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ, ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਹਮ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਪਰੇ ਏਕ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਾੜ ਬਿਖੇ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਹੀ। ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਭਰਮ ਭੈ ਪੂਲੈ, ਸੁਤ ਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਓ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਏ। ਇਕ ਉਤਮ ਪੰਥ ਸੁਣਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਸੰਗਤ, ਤਹਿ ਮਿਲੰਤ ਜਮ ਤਰਾਸ ਮਿਟਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਣਾਈ। ਕਿਛ ਰੂਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਛ ਜਾਤ ਨਾਹੀ, ਕਿਛ ਢੰਗ ਨ ਮੇਰਾ। ਕਿਆ ਮੋਹ ਲੈ ਬੋਲੇ ਗੁਣ ਬੇਹੂਨ, ਨਾਮ ਜਪਿਆ ਨਾ ਤੇਰਾ। ਹਮ ਪਾਪੀ ਸੰਗ ਗੁਰ ਉਬਰੇ, ਪੁਨ ਸਤ ਗੁਰ ਕੇਰਾ। ਟੰਡੋਤ ਬੰਧਨ ਅਨਕ ਬਾਰ, ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰਥ। ਡੋਲਣ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ, ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ। ਗਿਆਨ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਿਛ ਕਰਮ ਨ ਜਾਣਾ, ਸਾਰ ਨ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇਰੀ। ਸਭ ਤੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ। ਸਭ ਤੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ।
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਤਨ ਤਨ ਜਹ ਤੇ ਕੋ ਦਿਓ, ਤਾਂ ਸਿਉ ਨੇਹੋ ਨ ਕੀਨ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਰ ਬਾਬਰੇ, ਅਬ ਕਿਉ ਦੌਲਤ ਦੀਨ। ਤਨ ਤਨ ਜਹ ਤੋ ਕੋ ਦਿਓ, ਤਾਂ ਸਿਉ ਨੇਹੋ ਨ ਕੀਨ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਕੋਟਾਨ ਕੋਟ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹੈ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਕਰੀਏ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਓਟ ਆਸਰੇ ਸਦਕਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। We're so grateful, Sad Sangat Ji, to Guru Sahib Ji, that they've brought us together to be able to come and listen to Path, Rehra Sahib Ji the Path, Katha Vichara, and also Simran, which will be happening later on this evening. Sad Sangat Ji, as we continue going through the Bani of Salok Mahalla Naam, from Tan Tan Satguru Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, our 9th Guru Sahib, as we remember them this year, as it's the 350th year of their Shahidi Divas, and as we all come together and we're going to be going through, as we have been over the past few weeks, their Bani, the last teachings to the whole world from Sadguru Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj before they were Shaheed in Delhi. So Sad Sangat Ji, wasn't last week but the week before, we went through a couple of sloks. So just to recap very quickly what we were discussing, Sad Sangat Ji, the Vichara and the Bani that we were reflecting upon. Guru Sahib Ji talked to us and tell us that Tanadara Sampat Sagal Jin Apni Karman. Sad Sangat Ji, this was the 5th salok, and in this slok Guru Sahib Ji is now referring to Tan, our wealth, Dara, our spouse, our partner, husband and wife, Sampat Sagal, all of our possessions and all of our wealth. Maharaj is talking about those individuals, those people who actually think that all of these possessions that we have, Tanadara Sampat Sagal Jin Apni Karman, those people who think that those are all of their possessions, and they're stuck in that, let's say, that chakkar, that view, that perspective, that all of these things are mine. That doesn't mean to say that Maharaj is saying that we can't have those possessions, but Maharaj is trying to indicate that they're never going to go with you when you leave this body. When you leave this world, those kapade, those relationships, those items that we have, our jewelry, our house, our car, none of that is going to go with us. Maharaj say to us that inme kach sangi nahi, Nanak sachi jaan, inme kach sangi nahi, ek thode koi sangi nahi hege. ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ. These things are not going to go with us. Maharaj is reminding us the only thing that's going to go with us is Maharaj Akal Purukh Vaheguru Ji's Naam. Nanak Sachi Jaan, know this to be the truth. Maharaj reflects in the next salok and say, Patat Udaran Haran. Patat means those people who are, let's say, Maharaj is saying sinners, people who are committing paap. If you're Amritari, there's Bajr Karahet that we know that are of intoxication, cutting our gas, adultery, eating halal, eating meat. Patat Udaran. But also, Sad Sangat Ji, the papis are the ones also where we've got the Panch Jor covering our inside of our mind and our heart, of the lust, of the anger, the ego, the jealousy, the attachment, the greed, all of that, the negativity, the slandering. All of these things lead to us being papi. But at Udaran, Maharaj is saying that these sinners, these people like myself, can be saved only when we come into the Sharan of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. But at Udaran, Haran, and they eradicate our fear. Because we've come into the Sharan of Sadguru Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, come into Sadh Sangat, and through the Sangat and through Guru Sahib Ji's Kirpa, those patit can be saved and their fear can be eradicated. Har anath ke nath, Maharaj is saying that if you think you're an orphan, thada koi nahi hega dunya de vich, don't think that because oh Paramatma, that Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji is the one who is going to be your support. You will never be an orphan when you think the Guru is your own father or your own mother. Maharaj say, Ko Nanak te janiye, sada bast tum saath, forever and ever, Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji is with you. This is a very quick recap of what we covered a couple of weeks ago. And now, Sad Sangaji, Maharaj is talking to us about our wealth and our possessions. What do they really mean to us in our everyday life? Hanji.
Tan tan jahe to ko diyo, tansyo neho nakina.
So Sad Sangaji, let's just go through this pankti word by word to understand the literal translations. Tan, with the tatta, the first word, Maharaj is referring to our body. This body that we have, this sarir, this day. Tan, with the dadda, is our wealth, our money that we might have, or anything else around us that is wealth related. Tan, jai to kodiyo, jai to kodiyo, the one that has given us these possessions of our body and our wealth. Tan, jai to kodiyo, ta syo ne ho na keen. They're saying then, if you've got all of these things, your body and your wealth, neho means love, keen means that you haven't. Neho na keen, that you haven't fallen in love with the one who's given you these possessions. Maharaj is telling us something quite deep, but let's go through the translations and then we'll cover the vichar, you could say the deeper earth of what Maharaj is saying to us. Hanji.
Kaho nanak nar babare, ab kyo dolat deena.
Maharaj saying, Kaho Nanak, as Satguru Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, the ninth form of Satguru Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they're saying, Kaho Nanak nar, O person, bavre means insane or crazy. They're saying, O crazy person, ab kyo dolat deen. Why are you now, dolat means to, you could say, falter or like a waver. And deen has a couple of translations. Deen could mean helpless or lowly, meek. Deen can also mean our dharam, your path that you're walking on, your religion or your faith. So one way that we can understand what Maharaj is saying is that, oh crazy, insane person, why are you now faltering like a helpless person? Why are you now faltering? Tu dol kyo ho gaya hun? Punjabi ch aapa kehda na, tusi dol gaye. Ja tu kamzor ho gaya. Why are you now faltering? Why are you now falling down? Why are you so weak? Another translation we could make of this pankti, Maharaj is saying that, oh crazy person, ke ab kyo dolat deen, why are you now faltering away from righteousness? Why are you moving away from your dharam, from your faith? Either way, Maharaj is clearly saying to us, oh crazy person, ke tusi ki kar rahe hain? Apa ki kar rahe hain? What are we trapped in? What circle are we going round in? Maharaj is referencing our things that we've been given, the blessings that we have, and we should remember something really important. Hanji.
Tan tan sampa sukh diyo, arjahni ke tam.
So Maharaj continue in the next slok and they say tan, again, our body, with the tatta, tan. And then they say tan, with the dadda, which means our wealth. But now Maharaj is saying sampa, which means all of our, a translation of sampa is, historically people would have horses or elephants or other animals to be able to travel upon and, as transport, as horses and carts. But that for us, Sad Sangaji, could also mean today our cars, our bikes or whatever else we might have as a mode of transport. But overall, sampa refers to our possessions and things that we have, not just money. This is our physical possessions we may have, including our home. Tan, sampa, sukh diyo. Sukh meaning peace. Diyo means being given. That we've been given all of these things. And jahe nike tam. Nike means lovely, beautiful. Tam means places to stay, our homes. So Maharaj is saying to us in this pankti that we've been given a body. Again, they're repeating this from before. You've been given a body. You've been given your wealth. you've also been given all of your material possessions, be it your car, your home, your clothing, all of that, and your sukh. Sukh here is material sukh, as in our possessions, our gadgets, our whatever we might have around us at home, our family, all of that is given as our sukh, dio, and we've been given a home as well. Arje nike tam hanji.
Kaho nanak sun re mana, simrat kahe na Ram.
So Sadguru Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj is saying, Kaho nanak sun re mana. Whenever Maharaj say sun re mana, or they say re mana, they're talking to their man. But in that reflection of them referencing their own man, they're also telling us कि तुसी भी reflect करो, you reflect as well. तुसी भी अंदर अपनी झाती मार के देखो कि साडे च की हो रहा है, साडे अंदर की दिमाग दे विच की चल रहा है. They're saying कोहो नानक सुन रे मना सिमरत काहे ना राम. कि बे बंदया, O human being, O my mind, simrat kahe na Ram, why are we not remembering the one who is Ramya Hoya? Ram here means Ramya Hoya, Paramatma, Akal Purukh Vaheguru, who is, Ramya means pervading everywhere. That one energy, that one divine force that is everywhere. Sare paseya. Maharaj keh rahe hain ke, O mana, O my mind, why not you not remembering that one that's given you all of these things? So Satsangat Ji, to reflect upon these two slok a bit deeper, the first question that came to my mind was, why is Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj referencing our body first? Tan, and then they say tan. Why is that? And when we think about the very basic nature of this, when our Atma comes to this world, when our soul is born, let's say, when we are coming into this world, when our body is about to be born from our mother's womb, the first thing that we are given as a soul is a body. A child that is growing in a mother's womb is growing, developing, gets a nose, gets an ear, gets arms and legs. All of that is the first gift that we're given. And sometimes we forget that. The reality is that this body is not ours. We were given this body as a gift. Our Atma is beyond this body. Our Atma exists within this body, but our soul is actually separate from the body as well. Two different things. This body is like a kapada that has been given for our soul. And this illusion of Maya has made us feel that this is all the truth and reality, and this is me, this is it. But the truth is, this is not it. Because Maharaj said to us, Man tu jot saroop hai, apna mool pachan. Recognize the truth, O man, O mind, that reality is that you are not this body, you are actually a part of Jot. You are actually part of a light. Which is why we refer to our soul as our Atma, and Vaheguru Ji, that divine force, as Param Atma, Paramatma. Paramatma means, it's two words put together. Param means supreme, Atma means soul. So our Atma is from the supreme soul. Our soul has come from that great enlightener, the great being, the divine force itself. So Maharaj tell us straight away, the first thing that we need to acknowledge is this body is a gift. And then Maharaj said to us, Tan, with a dada, that is our wealth. That is also a gift. No matter how much we have, whether it's one goddi, one shell, one penny, or whether it's 1,000,000 of those, whatever it might be, that is the wealth that we've been given. This is what we've been handed. So Maharaj, in that very first slok that we recited, Satsangat Ji, Maharaj says, Tana jeto ko diyo. The one who has given us this body, Paramatma, Akal Purukh Vaheguru Ji, God, has given us this body. And they've given us all this wealth. They've given us all of these things that we feel we want. We need these things, or we think we need these things, but we want these things. We want a new car sometimes. We might want a new clothing. We might want more food, or we might want more gadgets, let's say. Anything around the world. Do we often stop to think, okay, do I need those extra items of clothing? Do I need an extra new car? Or do I need to have another phone, for example? I reflect upon that every day. And I'm so flippant sometimes on Amazon. It's so easy to go on Amazon on those Prime Day sales and get this and get that. And it's so easy to fall into that trap. But sometimes you have to ask yourself the question, and I'm saying this, Sadh Sangat Ji, because it applies to me first. It truly does. Do I need those things? Or can I live with what I've already got? Because the truth is, Sadh Sangat Ji, that what we do need to do, and I don't do it often enough, is to remember the one who's given us all of these things in the first place. And that's what we need to do. That's what I need to do. Rather than wanting more and more of these things. Because Maharaj is saying to us that When we're saying about Simrat, Maharaj is talking about Simran, remembrance. I reflect upon how do we remember Akal Purkh Vaheguru? How do we remember the one who's given us these things? Remembrance can be done in many different ways. One way is by actually meditating, by actually coming together as Sangat, and this evening, Sadh Sangat Ji, with Guruji's Kirpa, we're going to do some Simran. That's one way of how we can remember Akal Purkh Vaheguru, a great way, and being grateful for everything we've been given. Another way, Sadh Sangat Ji, is by reading Gurbani, reading part as part of our Nitnem in the morning, in the evening, before we go to sleep. That's another way that we can be grateful and remember Gurbani and remember Vaheguru Ji through reciting Gurbani. Another way, Sadh Sangat Ji, that we can remember Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji is by just simple things through the day. Before we have our food or drink any water, Vaheguru Ji, Thada Dhanwad. Tusi manu khan peen nu bakshiya. We wake up in the morning, we could actually say ki Maharaj Thada Dhanwad, mainu saah vi aa gaya swere swere. That I've even been able to breathe in the morning. Meri akkha khul giyan. I've been able to blink. Another way we could do it, Sadh Sangat Ji, let's just assume we're all working, most of us, some of the children are at school. If we have an opportunity at work where someone's crossed our path and we've had a great conversation, or something's happened, we could be thankful to say, Maharaj, that opportunity just happened. I just had this conversation I wasn't expecting to have. Thada Dhanwad. I'll give you an example, Sadh Sangat Ji. A few weeks ago at work, I had a conversation. It was meant to be a work meeting, a professional IT meeting. It was a one-to-one. And I was talking to my colleague, and we were just getting to know each other. And we started talking about faith, about Dharam and God. And he was a Christian, and he lived in Egypt. And I'm sat at home, and I'm talking to him about Sikhi, and he'd never heard about Sikhi before. And he was telling me about Christianity, and I was telling him about Sikhi. A whole half an hour conversation went about talking about Dharam, about Vaheguru Ji, his belief in God, and Sikhi belief in God, and my belief in God. And I was so grateful for that conversation to happen. Actually, put work aside and put all the dunyavi stuff aside. We both connected through having a conversation about Vaheguru Ji, about God. He talked about Jesus. I talked about Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Gurbani. And he learned something and I learned something. That was a moment just to cherish. And afterwards I reflected upon that and I thought, Maharaj, that's a worthy conversation to have. That's something I'd much rather be speaking to somebody about rather than the dunyavi stuff. So Sadh Sangat Ji, that's just giving you an example, a practical everyday example of how we could be saying to Maharaj, ke Thada Dhanwad, thank you for an opportunity where I've either eaten something or spoken to somebody about something, or I've been with somebody to have done kirtan, to have sangat, whatever that might be. So many ways that we can be thankful to Maharaj to remember Vaheguru Ji, Simran, Gurbani, Part, Kirtan, and everyday opportunities. Every day that we do something, Maharaj Shukrana kariye. Ke Maharaj Thoda Shukrana. So in this way, we will remember, Sad Sangat Ji, we can remember that this body, this wealth, our family, our possessions, our home, is sadiyan cheeਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ. These are not our possessions. They are Vaheguru Ji's possessions. And they have given them to us so we can use them whilst we're here. Because when we leave, these things are not going to go with us. So Sad Sangat Ji, before we come to a close for today's Katha, Sad Sangat Ji, we're just going to look at the next slok, because this will help us going into next week's Katha, where we'll be talking about liberation and mukti. Hanji.
Sab sukh data Ram hai, dusra nahin koi.
So Maharaj sanu hun itthe dasde ne, Maharaj says to us, Sab sukh data Ram hai. Sab, everything. Sukh, happiness, joy, peace. Data, the great giver. Sab sukh data Ram hai. Maharaj saying to us that all sukh denu, to give us that sukh and that happiness, there's only that one data, that one who's that great giver, data Ram hai, that ramya hoya Parmeshwar, dusar nahin na koi. That there is no other, dusra koi hai nahi ga. Dusar nahin na koi, nahin koi. That there is no other, there's only one. So when we do that remembrance, jad aapa simran karde hain, jad simrat karde hain, when we remember the one who has given us everything, because dusra koi hor nahi hega. So an example of this, Sad Sangat Ji, mere man ch gal aunਦੀ hai about Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. Bhai Kanhaiya Ji was that great sevadar of Dhan Dhan Sadguru Siddhi Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, where he didn't see कि मेरा दुश्मन है तो मेरा मित्र यार है, मेरा भरा है. He didn't see that that is my enemy or that is my brother, my Gurbani. He served everybody because he saw Vaheguru Ji in everyone. In the same way, Sad Sangat Ji, jad aapa langar hall ch baithde hain, when we sit in the langar hall and sevadar are giving us prashada or dal sabji, and they come to us and say prashada Vaheguru Ji, dal sabji Vaheguru Ji, jal pani Vaheguru Ji. When we serve like that, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ 'ਚ we see Vaheguru Ji in all the sangat who are sat there having langar, and we calling out ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ Vaheguru ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. That's why we say prashada Vaheguru Ji, jal pani Vaheguru Ji. So in this way, let's always remember that Vaheguru, that one, is everywhere, ramya hoya. And when we remember that, Sad Sangat Ji, sab sukh data Ram hai, dusar nahin koi, there is no other to give us this peace and this sukh that we have in this life. Hanji.
Kaho nanak sun re mana, teh simrat gat hoye.
Dhan Dhan Sadguru Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj say to us, ke sun re mana, again they're talking to their man. But for us, Sad Sangat Ji, we should be reflecting on our man. We should reflect upon ourselves. Kaho nanak sun re mana, teh simrat gat hoye. Maharaj is saying to us that when we remember that Akal Purkh Vaheguru, when we remember God in everything that we do, teh simrat, oda natija kiya. When we remember Vaheguru Ji, what is the result of that? Gat hoye. Gat means our mukti, our liberation. Gat hoye. So we are then able to be liberated from this Charak Silak Jun. Not liberated in the sense that we're going to go to a heaven. Liberation here, Maharaj is talking about our gut, is to come out of the Charak Silak Jun. We want to come out of this 8.4 million life cycle where our Atma is going round and round. Thakki poi Atma. We're so exhausted. Sanu ki pata sadi Atma kinni thakki hoyi hua. That how many times we've been around this cycle. Kinni vari. How often have we had this human body? Eh manas janam dalamb hai. Naam bina birtha sab jaye. Maharaj said to us, this janam is so rare. Such a great gift. Yeah. Naam bina birtha sab jaye. Without naam, bhakti, simran, without that meditation, without remembering the one, it's a waste. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj is saying to us here कि ओदा सिमरन करो. Remember that one, क्योंकि जब ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ, ਸਾਡੀ ਗਤ ਹੋਏਗੀ. We will be liberated. ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਾਂਗੇ, as much as we can remember that one divine being, that Akal Purkh Vaheguru, ਸਾਡੀ ਮੁਕਤੀ ਹੋਗੀ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਭਲਾ ਕਰਨ, ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ। ਸੋ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਕਥਾ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੈ। We finished for today's katha going through 3 of the saloks from Satguru Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's Bani. We've gone through the 7th, 8th and the 9th slok, where Maharaj talking to us about necessarily not what we want, but really what we need. And what we need in our life, Sadh Sangat Ji, is to try and remember Maharaj, Guru Sahib, Vaheguru Ji in everything that we do. Holi, step by step, when we put these practices into our life, into our daily routine. Tusi shuru karo, just start with something small and build it from there. Ke, haan, Vaheguru Ji thada dhanwad. Vaheguru Ji tusi aa kirpa kiti, you blessed me with this gift, thank you. Those thank yous will all add up, and sadi routine, our daily routine, will be always to be connected with Guru Sahib and connected with Akal Purukh Vaheguru Ji. ਤਾਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀਆਂ ਕਲਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਕਤੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ। ਤੇ ਇਹੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੈ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ, as we go through their Bani, that we understand that how Maharaj is trying to change our mindset and reprogram our mind to be away from manmat, from the worldly sense, to be more Gurmat orientated towards Guru Sahib Ji's understanding and intelligence and wisdom and their Bani as well. So Sadh Sangat Ji, itni seva pravan karni. Please bless Das and the Seva Das to be able to continue the Seva, because only with your Asisa Sadh Sangat Ji, with your blessings and with Guruji's blessings, can this Seva continue. Throughout today's Katha, Sadh Sangat Ji, Das, I'm sure I have made so many mistakes. Ek nahi, anekan galtiyan hoiyan han Sadh Sangat Ji. Maafi mangde haan, kirpa karni. Deho sajna si sadiyan jo hove sahib se mail. आओ साध संगत जी ਆਪਾਂ आखिरी श्लोक पढ़ के फतेह बुलाइए जी। हाँ जी।
सब सुख दाता
राम है, दूसर नाहि न कोय, कहो नानक सुन रे मना, तै सिमरत गत होए। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। गुरु प्यारे।